Let's talk the Joyzy reunion. It is recap time. Tonight is the night. So the Jersey reunion was wild. I know Peacock announced that they're going to have an uncensored extended version. I heard that the extended version, I haven't seen it yet, but I heard that the extended version's only like 3 minutes extended, so it's not like a full extended version. But again, it was like a last minute thing that they did to provide the uncensored version on Peacock and extend it. So I haven't seen what the extended version is. I just saw the regular version last night. It was good, but it was just hard to watch. There's something like insanely off about Louis. You can tell Teresa is just, I don't know if she sees what's going on with Louis and she's masking it by just spitting out this anger and, vitriol hatred towards her brother and Melissa. I feel like she thinks that she's betrayed by her brother and she genuinely hates Melissa. And I think she's hated Melissa from day one, and now it's just finally coming to light. She always looked for reasons to not like Melissa, and now we're actually at this point where she doesn't like Melissa, and it's abundantly clear. It was rough, right? Seeing them go at it, Joe and Teresa. It's weird seeing her ride so hard for Jacqueline. I know Jacqueline. I adore Jacqueline. I've known her for many years. We were connected through her son Nicholas and my brother Ethan, both who have autism. We connected through Jenny McCarthy's foundation. So I know Jacqueline on a personal level, and all of my interactions with her have always been very great and very pleasant. I've had no interactions really with Teresa, but it is interesting to see Teresa constantly flip from one position to another, right? First, Caroline's the reason she went to prison. Now it's Joe and Melissa. Now it's, everybody but her. Now her family's in shambles because of Margaret. Like, it's just always deflection, and she's always pointing the finger at somebody else without taking any accountability for her own actions or her own role in things. It was very telling, though, when we saw her at the reunion, and Joe's like, listen, I will always be there for you. If you're in a car accident tomorrow, I will show up. I will be there by your side. Whatever you need, I'm always here. I think that that's genuine and that's true family devotion. She was like, I'm done with you guys. I never want to see you again. I never want to speak to you again. Like, you can tell she talks so much about family, but it's just, I don't believe her. And I think that that was abundantly clear. I didn't love dragging Frankie and Gia into this. I thought it was interesting that Dolores immediately shut that down about Frankie. And so basically the story, according to Big Frank and Joe Gorga, is that Frankie is claiming that he was working for Louis, and all of a sudden it looks like the company shut down and Louis ghosted him and wasn't giving him information or details. I'm pretty sure it wasn't that big of a deal. I'm pretty sure it was more minor compared to what Big Frank and Joe are trying to make it out to be, which is probably why Dolores didn't want to get involved. I believe Dolores is also loyal to Teresa, and she wanted to protect Louis, and that's why she didn't want it pushed any further, because it was going to show that Louis had another business that went under. So yeah, that was just kind of dumb and interesting, but Dolores very much didn't want that talked about. But I get it. She doesn't want Frankie to be a center focus of the show and the show drama. She wants to protect her kids. Gia, I think we got clarity in that, right? When after they called Gia, but Andy was backstage with Teresa and Louis, and they were like, oh, this is what Gia actually said. And Andy was like, oh, so it looks like Joe could have misinterpreted it in some way. I do believe that. I believe that Joe possibly misinterpreted what was actually being said about his marriage to Melissa from Gia. Maybe Gia did kind of allude to that, but she was kind of, taking a page out of her mom's book and was mindful of how she was saying that. But I do believe that they would think he would be better off without Melissa. I believe they all think that, and they want him away from Melissa because they just don't like Melissa. And listen, Teresa put that in their heads from a very young age. Remember in the earlier seasons when you have Melania dancing on the pole and she's like, look I'm Melissa. So it's like she was planting these seeds in their heads when they were kids, which I just don't see Joe and Melissa doing to their own kids. I don't see them involving their kids in this family drama at all. They just don't. They don't care to. But we'll see. I think they're done for now. I think Dolores is right. They need some space. They need some time. Louis is creepy. Scares the shit out of me. I'm not even going to lie. The more we see him on TV, the worse it gets. The threats that he was saying, your day is coming. Just wait. He told Margaret, let's play. It's weird. It's creepy. It's dark. When you tell a woman, let's play, these were veiled threats that he was throwing out at the reunion. on camera. Like, I just don't see how Bravo brings Teresa back after this if she's associated with him. If he comes with her, I don't see how the show can move. Yes, it is Teresa's show. I agree with all the tree huggers, all the tree stumps. I agree. But at the same time, it's like, but that just was like dark on a whole new level. Not like Kathy Hilton, Lisa Rinna, Beverly Hills dark that everyone's like, it was so dark. This is dark. This is creepy. It's weird. The way that he speaks to people, the way that he threatens people. I do believe he had them investigated. Why would John Fuda have any reason to lie? Why would, fine, take Joe Gorga out of it, take Frank out of it. But it's like Margaret and Fuda, like, you really think that they're going to lie about this? Obvious, and they all came with their yellow envelopes ready to show their receipts that proved that Louis was actually doing this. Listen, they had phone records of Louis' phone number calling Margaret's son at work. And he's like, yeah, that's my phone. Oh, I guess somebody used my phone number to hack and do this. It's like the phone record would show how long the phone call was. That's not just a hack. So to me, it's strange, bizarre. We need to be done with Louis. Louis and Teresa will lose because of Louis. Louis will be Teresa's downfall.